Hola, bienvenidos. Hoy vamos a practicar el pretérito pasado. We are going to practice our past tense like we started last week, right? So we're going to concentrate in pages 67, pages 68, and 69, activities 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So as you can see, you're going to be doing this activity 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and all of these activities require for you to actually put in the past tense endings. So for that, we're going to review a little bit the past tense. So please look at the screen. So as you remember, the endings for the AR verbs in the past tense for the preterito, they are different than the ones that we know, which are the present ones, right? So just to review, this right here are the pronouns. They represent a person. They're also called subjects, okay? So you have yo, tú, él, ella, and usted. They usually, these three are always put together because they share the same the endings. They always been shared, no matter what tense it is, past, present, future. Nosotros, vosotros, ellos, ellas, ustedes, the same thing as él, ella, and usted. They share the same ending. So the ending for yo, does anybody remember? I know you were going to say, oh, that would be correct if we're talking in the present, but we're talking in the past tense. So the correct one for yo, for the past tense, for the preterite, is e with an accent. Okay. Two. The correct for two will be aste. A-S-T-E. Aste. Él, ella, and usted. Yes, it's an O, but with an accent, correct? O with an accent. Make sure you do put that in there, because otherwise you will be referring to the present tense in the yo form. Nosotros, amos. Remember, we talk about that there's no changes. It's the only area, the only place where the present and the past tense are the same. So what happens? What do you do? How do you identify it? Well, mostly with words around it, such as anoche, or el año pasado, words that define the past tense. Vosotros, asteis, and has an accent on the I. Asteis. It's not letting me do that. Wow. Ellos, ellas, and ustedes will be Aaron. Aaron. So these are the endings, okay? Again, these ones right here are the endings for the past tense. So when you're going to conjugate, when you're talking about past tense, something that actually happened before, you are going to get rid of the ending right here. If it's viajar, which is to travel. And if you say I travel, you will say yo. What will be the ending for yo? Correct. Yo viajé. So you're going to get rid of that and bring this in. Yo viajé. Okay, so make sure that it is closed, right? Visitar. What if you if you are the one doing the action? You visited. Then you're going to get rid of that and you put visitaste. That would be the correct one. What about comprar? What if he is doing the action? Let's say your Uncle Tom is doing the buying. Okay, he buys. Or he bought, I'm sorry. So you will take the AR and just simply put the O with an accent, right? That's what you will do. For some reason it's not letting me put the accent there, but you know that there is an accent right in here. So let's try this one right here. Copy here. Paste. There we go. Make sure that that has an accent, right? Compró. And that put emphasis. So this is for tú visitaste. This is for yo. Compró could be for él, can be for ella, or could be for usted, you in the formal form. Okay, so these are the endings. E for yo, aste for tú, él is all with an accent, amos for nosotros, asteis for vosotros, ellos, ellas, ustedes will be add-on. Okay, so now let's go back. Now that we review those, let's go back to the activities. Activity 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, and page 67, 68, and 69. Okay, so here what you have to do, you're going to create a mini conversation. Okay, you are going to ask your partner if he or she did this type of activities last year. Remember to say last year, you say año, el año pasado. El año pasado is last year. So for example, they give you the model right here. Escuchar música clásica, which is to listen to classical music. And you will ask the person in the you form, using the to form, escuchaste, because the verb is ar, so you remove that to to, right? Which will be escuchaste. Escuchaste música clásica el año pasado. El año pasado is last year. So that person can say, sí, escuché música clásica. Notice that here the ending is for the yo. So from here, for the to form, goes to the yo form to say, yes, I listen to classical music, or you can say, no, I didn't listen to it. Okay? No escuché música clásica. So, viajar en avión. ¿Viajaste en avión el año pasado? No, viajé en avión el año pasado. So when you're ready to do that, you go here, you click on the little window as we are used to, and right here will give you the option to write the mini conversation. Make sure that you include all of them, okay? Because right here you have 9 different verbs. Visitar un museo, comprar joyas, montar a caballo, mandar tarjetas postales, ganar un partido, tomar fotos, nadar, acampar. Okay? So you got to do all of them. Create a mini conversation going from the you form, the to form, to the yo form. Okay? So that's the whole point. Now, let's continue practicing our endings. Past tense. We have acampar, comprar, estudiar, mandar, mirar, montar, regatear, tomar, viajar, y visitar. All of these have one thing in common. They all end in AR. Acampar is to camp. Comprar is to buy. Estudiar is to study. Mandar is to send. Mirar is to look. Montar is to ride. Regatear is to bargain. Tomar is to take. Viajar is to travel, and visitar is to visit. So all of these, what you got to do, you got to select the correct one, okay? And it says here, ¿en qué actividades participó el profesor del español del verano pasado? In what activities the Spanish teacher participated last summer? So right here, what you're going to do is you're going to grab each one of these, okay? And you're going to ask, using the usted form. Notice here, pretend that you are using the usted form, pretending that you're asking your teacher, Spanish teacher, which will be me, in Spanish, if you did any of these things. Okay, for example, ¿viajó usted a otro país? Did you travel to another country? And the person, pretend that I am the person saying, oh, I'm sorry, no, my bad. You're just going to ask questions, okay? You're just going to ask him questions using the usted form. Remember, él, ella, and usted use the O is the ending. So you're going to do that for each one of these. You're just going to ask a question to your Spanish teacher. Okay? So you're going to ask 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 preguntas, 10 questions, okay? And then click here, obviously, and you're going to write your 10 questions using each one of these verbs, okay? So that would be activity 8. We are going to cover this in class, okay, which is the verb, the sound of H y che, okay? This is something that I have been waiting to tell you, why the letter H is silent. Okay, please, if you're watching this video, okay, tell me, ask me, why, Mr. Lopez, why the letter H is silent, okay? The first person to ask me gets 5 points. I'm listening. Who's asking me? Okay, I'll tell you right now. Tell you what, I'll tell you in class. Okay, so let's move on. Now, if you go to page 68, in page 68, we are going to watch the telehistoria. Right here, we have Gaby, Alejandro, and Natalia. Let's listen to what they have to say.
Please charge.
¿Están haciendo una película?
Sí, ¿quieres ayudar?
Bueno, ¿qué tengo que hacer?
Gaby, tú eres una turista. Llegaste aquí hoy. Tomaste fotos y compraste tarjetas postales. Estás comiendo en un restaurante y escribiendo a un amigo. Natalia se sienta en tu mesa. Tú dices, ¿cómo me encontraste?
¿Cómo me encontraste?
No, Gaby, más tranquila.
¿Cómo me encontraste?
Sí, muy bien.
Muy bien. Okay, so based on that information, what you're going to do, you're going to correct the mistakes, the errors that are here. For example, in activity 9, says Gaby es una maestra. And that's not right, because Gaby es una turista, right? So that is what you will say. That's what you will do. You will correct the mistakes. Gaby llegó ayer. Did she arrive yesterday? Well, if you're not very sure, what you can do is you go back to this page, page 68, and at the bottom you will have the entire script of what was said, okay? All right, so that's what you have to do in each one of these activities. In this one of these 6 statements, you have to make sure that they are correct. Click right here and answer the correct answers and make sure that you submit. Okay, now we go to activity 10. Here, again, past tense. What you're going to do here, you ask what others bought for lunch. Remember, it was in past tense, so the verb is comprar for lunch, and write their answers, write the results in a summary. So here we go. Look, this is an idea how to do it. ¿Qué compraste para el almuerzo ayer? Ayer compré pizza. Ayer compré pizza, leche y una manzana. Okay, so that's what you could do. Some of the things that you did. So you click here and you say what are the things that you bought. Okay. Now, activity 11 is the last activity for today. Again, you're going to use all of these verbs that we're familiar with, and you're going to interview a friend, okay, about his or her activities. Make sure that you change the roles. You're going to click here, and you're going to submit the answers. Okay, so practice your past tense, preterite, and I will talk to you in a second. And remember to ask me about the letter H.